If you'd like sponsors for the game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now, welcome back, Legion of Still Got Game, episode 536. Still Got Game's the official podcast of tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
I'm Brian Shadow Emmerich.
And we have another high-energy show tonight for you folks.
Woohoo! Let's go!
Rip into it.
It is December. Normally, we're light on shows, but yeah, we're doing pretty good here.
1 for 1 in December.
Yeah.
We
December
are
2nd, the earliest show we could do.
we are batting 1,000 right now. So yes, we have a flawless December record now. How that changes, it's going to change, because I know that at least on Monday the 16th, I'm going to be at WWE Monday Night Raw. So I will not be around for a show. Next week, I think we're going to have a show. And then after that, we have house guests for Christmas through New Year's. So yeah.
Mom comes in this Wednesday, so it's next week's a crapshoot for me, but I think I can make it work. So
nice. We're all here tonight.
I
should be available. I don't know. My son's getting some orthodontist stuff done. That might not be back. We'll see.
If I have to do it from my phone, I'll do it from my phone for you people, all of you listeners.
Wow,
do it live.
Selden is here no matter what now.
Every week I'm here.
Selden's gonna do it live.
It's like someone fired Selden up. I don't know who. But speaking of firing Selden up, why don't we just jump right in the show proper and hit the mailbag for feedback and questions from our last episode. And remember, if you want to leave us a voicemail, it will cut you off after a minute. You suck big time comments. I didn't mean I was a bum and didn't have anything to do. I just meant that I could be available to do an episode whenever you needed me. I'm going to record a sample to serve as my resume for the position.
Is this the first time this guy's written into us? I don't remember this guy.
Yeah, I've never heard this. Yuzak Big Time?
This is Yuzak Big Time. Not to be confused with You Suck Big Time. Yeah. You're a friend, so...
go ahead, send your sample in. It'll be awesome. We'll have fun. It'll be good.
I mean, it's not up to me, so
yep, send it in. Selden will edit the file. He'll rearrange your words, and you'll be like, I suck big time. I suck.
Yes, make sure to say your name in there.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Yes. All right, next up, Hockey Rocky asks, did you ever think of doing a live podcast at a bar? I would think it would be well attended, and people could also drink along with the show, like back when you had the drinking game.
Did you do that at E3 at one point or no?
We did the first PAX East panel I did. Code was on it with me, and we were the whole show. But then we had 3 other people on the panel. But I did start out with the hey now and brought people in that way. But and that was a big crowd. We had 1,800 people in the room for that. So
oh wow.
I think you can still find that up on the YouTube somewhere, I think.
Perhaps, yeah.
I mean, we don't live near each other. So
no, there's a lot of difficulties here unless we went to an event together and did a live.
Yeah.
You just all go stay at Derek's farm and do it out of his basement bar and have everybody over to fit the. I think you got like a 75-person
Bartesian.
Oh,
if anybody wants to sponsor us, Bartesian.
Yep. Definitely do the SEO on that Bartesian. Mention in podcasts, Bartesian. Hey, I Bartesian to Bartesian on Bartesian. Yes, yeah.
I could bring my Bartesian up, and we could have a double Bartesian party. Going.
Oh, dual Bartesians.
Wouldn't have to switch out the rum and the gin. Just one do rum, one do gin. Run drinks all night.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if we ever can't got together at an event, I would say, yeah, why not? For
Yeah,
sure.
no, there was a brief time where Jay and I had talked about right when we changed the name to Gaming Under the Influence from Tool Tech Radio. We were like, well, maybe we could do some live events and have people show up, and but we never did that. So we always have lofty ambitions and strike out. But
I was like, it would be like one of those comedy shows where you bring your own. You have to bring 5 people with you to be able to do it. Like, hey, my wife and kids that can't drink, can they come into the bar? So I can have my.
If you've got a captive audience, though, like at an event, like people will go to just about anything in an event, and so I think the odds that you could fill a local bar near a convention probably pretty good. You would have to
PAX
be
East.
Yeah, you would have to be massively like racist or something to make people leave. But as long as we just do this show, we're not super offensive. I don't think. Maybe I'm jaded. Maybe we are so offensive. But
I mean,
nobody ever gets under my skin.
Oh, yeah. So we'll think about it, Cocky Rocky, and if we can.
Well, at the next LAN, before we have the next LAN, we'll do that right around the next LAN.
The 20th anniversary LAN.
Yeah.
LAN. Yes.
LAN.
Yes. LAN.
That'd
Bartesian
be like
LAN.
that'd be like next year, I think.
That would
Maybe
be
year
next
after.
year. Yeah, it would be 2025. Would be the 20th anniversary of the first LAN. So, yeah. Got to work on Jay. Yes.
Right.
All right. Next up, Charisma Devil asks, back to the Game Awards. I know D Smooth has been singing the praises of Balatro, but it is now one of the 6 Game of the Year candidates. Is it really that good? And can it win? It's pretty awesome, but I don't think it can win Game of the Year just because of what it's up against.
I just feel like that'd be like Candy Crush winning Game of the Year or something. It's just, I know I haven't played it, but it's like one of those where you can play it on your phone, right? You can just play it anywhere.
You play it on
Sort of
Steam, you can play it on
light?
Xbox. But
Yeah.
I went to look for it on Steam, but it's like $26, isn't it, or something? I don't know. I was like, card game isn't worth that much, in my opinion. But
I don't know how much it is. My friend is the community manager there and sent me a code. So, but I will say, once they add, and I was telling Shadow this earlier, once they add cross save so that you can play on Steam or Xbox on your phone and it's all the same progression, I will buy this thing over and over again on phone and on Xbox. So it's that worth it to me. So, but yeah,
will it win Game of the Year? I don't think so. I'm gonna say no.
I don't think it can.
Got some big hitters up against it. So,
but it was nice that it got the nod. Like, really, Balatro, I missed the first time around, which was when it came out around April. And then it had this resurgence where there was all this online coverage of it in like the September, October timeframe. And that's when I got hooked into it. And I will say, just the fact that this is going to be on the Game Awards and people don't know about it will probably create a December resurgence for new players as well. So
yeah,
not going to help with them winning Game of the Year, but still just good on them for a small indie dev. And
yeah, that's kind of how I think that's kind of how it was with Vampire Survivors for me, where
exactly
it kind of all came to a head, and I was like, I guess I should probably try this, and then I did for a couple of months.
Yep. Yep.
Have you been back to it recently? Man, so many updates. The Castlevania update is awesome. And
I need to get back to that. No, I
need
to
get back to that for sure. Yeah, I
Yeah.
will soon.
Yeah.
It's easy to just jump in and jump out, and yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes literally. So yeah.
Yeah, can't be any
Or
longer,
is it 20? Is it 10
or
20?
whatever it is.
It's
Yeah,
the
it's
base
like,
is 10, but then you can extend it to 20 for that.
Yeah, it's
Uber
it's
price or
definitely
whatever.
capped, which is nice. So yeah. Well, and then on a similar vein, Altius asks, the games with the most nominations at the Game Awards are Astrobot with 7, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth with 7, and Balatro with 5. Do you think the Game Awards should limit the number of categories a game can be nominated in to allow for a wider field of nominees?
no.
No, I'm with you on that too. If
I
your game is good in a category, why? If you think about the flip side, if you were like, well, no, you can only be in 5 categories. Who are the Game Awards to pick which categories you're going to be in? Because maybe that's not the category you can win in.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're good. If you're good, you're good. It's like you can't. This isn't like just a goof. Like this is an award for something that's important. I mean, important in the game industry. So
Yeah.
if it's good in this category, it should be in that category. It shouldn't just be, well, okay, you've hit your 5, so then these other guys get to have their chance. Well, are they as good? Maybe
Yeah.
not. Well, then they shouldn't win that.
No.
I don't
With
know.
the Game Awards, how are the nominees decided? Is it fan based, or is it like a panel, or is it like industry insiders that are
Industry
voting on it,
people vote
or
on
is it
it.
just them
Yeah.
throwing money and say I want my game to show on the show?
No, the nominees are industry. The
Yeah.
throwing money or popularity contest are the guests that Jeff Keighley has on. And then there is, like, you can go right now and vote. Well, I'm not sure if you still can, but you could log in online and vote in all 29 categories. For like, and you're going to get to like extreme ones like best influencer. And you're like, I haven't heard any of these 5 guys. But
I don't care.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I remember Hit was on the Canadian version of
Yes.
the Game Awards,
Yep.
and he was on the panel that actually chose the nominees that went into the game.
Yes.
show, so.
Yep.
Do they just say like A and a boot a lot? Or what's the difference there?
That's really what it boils down to. And Hideo Kojima
Who
doesn't
was
come in-
first on the fill out form?
boot.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Hey, guy. Hey, guy. I'm not your buddy, guy.
Yeah.
I'm not your guy, friend. I'm your friend, buddy.
Oh yes, but no, these are purportedly legit awards. So, despite the trailer fest and the Jeff Keighley ass kissing, it is probably a legit award where they probably do get like PricewaterhouseCooper or one of those guys that has to validate the results. And it's not just bullshit.
You think?
But
I think it's all bullshit. It's just-
I thought that the voting was online, so you could just vote. If you had a bot, you could just vote as much as you want.
no, because you have to authenticate
So-
with either Twitter or Facebook or.
Oh yeah, Twitter doesn't have any bots. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, yeah, you could bot the shit out of that. Yes, yeah.
And honestly, to get back to his question, should you limit it? Absolutely not. I'm like, you don't see Hollywood saying that, oh, you can't win, you can't have
Exactly.
your film and actors
Yeah,
into the
I was thinking about that
only
too. Yeah.
this amount of awards.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can have best soundtrack,
actor,
best
actress,
special
best
effects,
soundtrack,
best
story.
makeup, best score.
Like, didn't Return of the King get like 13 wins that year or something?
No,
Crazy.
I don't think this should be capped. So maybe Altus, you just don't like the games that are at the top, but
I think he just feels like I understand what he's saying, or
because
what
it's
he's
like
saying
free
is that-
advertising for the game, and you want to spread
Well,
that across.
Yeah, I mean, you
It's-
want other neat games that are good to be known more, like free advertising sort of. And obviously, the really expensive ones are for the most part going to be most of the winners. So it kind of cuts out the underdogs from being even noticed. So I get it, but
Well,
yeah.
maybe the solution for this is to
make better games.
No, to do what
No.
to do what the Oscars did. Remember, Best Picture used to be 5, and then they upped it to 10. And maybe that's the thing, is just have more nominees make it through to the voting period, and at least
So at
then
least
they
they'll be
get that
listed.
exposure. Yes, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's a good question and a bad question at the same time, Altius. But
I mean, they could just start having or categories that are best game under $5 million cost, best game under $50 million.
best
It's like
game under
all the
$500. Yes, yeah.
right, all
Yeah.
the big Sony games and Xbox games would be out of those categories.
Well, how many games would be in the quadruple A category? Oh, that's only one, right? What game was quadruple A?
Bellatro's quadruple play in my book, but just saying. But yeah. All right. Well, great questions and comments. Selden's friend, you suck big time. Cocky Rocky, Charisma Devil, and Altius. Thanks for asking these questions. And if any of you out there have questions or comments for our next show, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. And on that, why don't we hop on over into what we're playing? So, Seldon, what have you been playing this week?
I finished up the solo campaign on Call of Duty. Finished that out. I hate when they force things into games, and there's a whole zombie storyline that goes into the game. I was just like, just doesn't feel like a Call of Duty at this point. I don't know. Just wasn't a big fan of it, but the whole storyline was a little bit, it was okay.
Yeah, I still haven't started it yet. No.
I'm glad I played through it. It was, it was okay, but it's not something I'm gonna have to play through again. I don't care if I missed achievements on the way. If I didn't open a set special amount of saves or whatever.
Those are fighting words for Shadow.
So I played through it. I'm good with it. Played a little bit online of that, but then Genshin Impact finally dropped on the Xbox, and I played Genshin Impact a lot back a few years ago on the PC, and it was great because it does have the cross save, so I was able to come right back in where I left off with all the characters I had and everything like that. So the map is so much bigger than it was when I used to play. So many more things to do. So there's a lot to go on in that game. And it's a free to play game, so it's out there. It's good.
What is it?
Really polished. It's a Japanese adventure type game. It's a lot of the waifu type characters, the anime characters and stuff like that you get to play through, and it's a like hack and slash Persona adventure type game.
Okay.
Giant open world, so it's a lot of fun if you just play through it. But as I said, so much to do in that game. So other than that, I picked up Pokemon Pocket, the TCG that dropped. This is, as I said, I think last show, I think I talked about it a little bit, but it's just the closest to actual Pokemon
Derek's like, don't
card
do
game than anything else. So I've been playing that with my sons and stuff like that, battling and stuff like that. So it's been fun.
Nice.
How about you, Shadow? What have you been playing?
I haven't been playing a whole lot. I've just been kind of keeping up my achievement streak when I can, and working on some other stuff. I've hosted a friend's Thanksgiving, so I prepped for that 1 week, and then I hosted our Thanksgiving here for my family, and so my kids were off and young kids, so it's been rough. So I played some Forza Horizon 5 again and some Minecraft on Switch just to get some achievements, but otherwise I've just been mostly watching TV and I haven't been playing a ton. I still have backlog stuff recent backlog that I really want to get to, like the new Zelda and a couple other things. So pretty soon I'll be jumping into that, but just wasn't to be this
wasn't
time
in the
around.
cards.
And then of course I'll say, I have that backlog, I'm gonna jump into it, and then of course this week a big one comes out that I'll be playing. So
you can never get ahead of the ball. No.
How about you, Derek?
Well, I played a shitload of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. This was a double XP weekend, so I cranked through the multiplayer. I'm at max level, just waiting for GBMS to reach there as well, and then we're going to Prestige on Wednesday. played a shitload of
Oh,
Balatro.
it's cute that you guys prestige together. That's so
I know, it's what
nice.
bros do. Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hold hands while they do it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, push A at the same time. One, two. No, you go first.
Wow, you dick.
Now you hang
so,
up. Now
yeah.
you hang up.
So played a shitload of Balatro. And I've been playing both of those on a combination of either my PC, the Xbox, or the ROG Ally, which I cannot compliment enough. They did not give it to me for free. I paid hard cash for it. And then the other thing
Oh, that was like one of those. That was one of those impulse buys, right? You're just like $800. Oh yeah,
yeah,
grab that.
It was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no problem.
It was literally a day impulse. Like first thing in the morning on a Saturday, I was like, I want one today, so I went and got
One of those.
Uh, you make it seem like that's weird, but anyway. And then I did do something that I'm still fucking around with now. I made an impulse buy on Black Friday, and I picked up the hang on. I picked up the Meta Ray-Bans.
Like that have video in them.
They have video and photos, and it has the AI, and you can ask it to identify stuff in front of you, and so
Does Zuckerberg like personally come up on the screen and talk to you, or
he doesn't yet, but I'm sure he will.
Okay.
So
all right?
but they were a good deal on Black Friday. So I picked them
Do they
up.
have a HUD on the inside or anything like that? Or
No HUD, just audio HUD with your AI assistant there. So
everything would feed you the phone, like the pictures and all that stuff. So
yep.
anything that looks up is going to go through your phone then at that point, right?
Yes, because obviously it doesn't have cellular data or any of that. So it's linked to the phone via Bluetooth. You can ask it shit. You could be like the life of the party if you were like quickly like, hey Meta, how many people live in Africa? And you're like, oh, do you know like 700 million people live in Africa? And then you're like, oh no, I did not know that. And I'm pretty sure that number's wrong. I just made that up because I didn't actually ask Meta. But yeah, so it's got the AI assistant and everything else. So
is the audio actually a speaker, or is it the vibration through the whatever the hell that is, where it broadcasts through the actual?
Yeah, no, where it does like the vibrating your cranium thing.
Yeah.
I do not see any actual speakers on the inside. So it must be the cranial vibration, but I have not used them around anyone else yet. So the trick to that is always crank the volume and see if other people hear your music. So
yeah.
But
Does
I
Tip
didn't
know you have those yet?
No, not yet. No. There's always a delay.
Does she know you have the Asus Grok? Or
Oh no, I told her that morning. I was like, I'm gonna get like a Steam Deck or something, and she's like, well, I don't know. So, but then the Steam Deck was too cheap, so I had to go with the higher end. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't an impulse buy. I'd been planning for a while, waiting for Black Friday, because I don't know if you pronounce it Krikz, Krikkzz. He does the EverDrives. He makes EverDrive carts, and he always has a Black Friday sale. So I was 20% off, and so I was waiting and waiting because I'm like, well, there's some games that I want to get, but it would be much cheaper to get an EverDrive, and I don't necessarily have to get them right now or maybe ever.
Yeah.
So I got the SNES one, the Genesis,
the Super Nintendo one,
the Turbo Drive, the SNES, and the Turbo EverDrive for the TurboGrafx 16, and the NES one.
You keep trying to use that word like it's going to catch on, but it's
it's never gonna stop trying to make SNES happen.
SNES is the thing, man.
Anyway, my big purchase for Black Friday week was I did pick up one of the Scuff Instinct Pros, so very happy with that. Nice. I got tired of jamming my fingers trying to get the bumpers on the Elite Pro, the Elite.
Yeah, I love my Scuff. Like the bumpers on the back are like nice and in there, and
nice. I ordered a Xbox controller in like velocity green or something, the like really
Yeah.
bright green, like the green screen look for my
Yeah.
son for Christmas because he loves green, and my daughter has a pink one, so I'm like, well, he can have the green, she can have the pink, and he can stop
Nice.
using mine and getting it all gunked up. So
Gross. Yeah.
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 It
I
was
will
on
say that I was
QVC.
surprised with the Instinct Pro that I thought it, at this point, I thought it would have an internal battery that you could just recharge, but you got to slap the double A's into it. So I thought at this point it would come with batteries on board, but
See, for those of us that are serious gamers, we keep it plugged in the whole time. There we go. Yeah. We don't use the batteries.
Can't do that.
Too much latency.
I'm in the
there's too much
I'm in the
dog
other
running
room.
in front of me between the TV and me to get corded.
My Xbox is behind the wall behind me, so can't do that.
Now, I do most of my Xbox gaming on my monitor in front of me, so the Xbox is literally, I'm touching it, I'm touching the webcam and the monitor. Everything's within arm's reach. So yeah.
I don't even know why you bought a house. You should have just bought a container.
Yeah.
You just need a
Well, there's
bed
shipping
and your desk, and
containers.
that's it.
Yeah. That's enough.
Your bed, your
Tiff
desk, and a partition. That's all you
Tiff
need.
can have the house.
Yep. Oh, and you need Tito's vodka. See, we're trying to get more sponsors here, right? Yes,
More
yeah.
sponsors.
Come on, Tito's. Come on, Tito Beverage, step up. Your name is so ironic. It could be like on par with 2 to play
Yeah,
percent
it's
so
like
that game. Yeah.
Vodka. What is that? Tequila? No, it's vodka. Well, that doesn't make any sense.
When I'm not drinking alcohol, I'm drinking Hint.
What? The product placement in this episode is ludicrous. Oh wait, sorry. Let me take a call on my iPhone here. Sorry guys. Yeah, all right.
Throw on your meta glasses too.
I'm doing a live show, so I gotta get back to you. But anyway, yeah. So this Yeti cup over here.
I have to take my show notes with my Sharpie. All right, moving on.
All right, on that, why don't we hop on over?
McDonald's.
You're just saying stuff now. On that, why don't we hop on over into new releases? First new release out this week is Marvel Rivals. It's out for the Xbox, the PlayStation, the PC, and the Mac. Like, who'd have thunk?
Wow.
Don't really have any interest in this game, but if you're a Marvel fan, maybe it's something for you.
What is this?
What kind of game is this? Is this a Street Fighter S game, or is this
Unreal.
a? I don't know much about it.
It's out on Friday. It has like nothing on the wiki. about it.
It's basically a hero shooter where you like build a squad of guys, and your squad can be like play off of each other's powers. Like, so if you put like Cap with so and so and they can all work together for like a super power up thing. But
So
yeah,
it's
hero shooters are not
66.
my thing. Yeah.
No. Well,
Alright.
that's out on Friday.
Yeah. The other new release out this week is the huge new release that everyone has been fucking jizzing about since it was announced. And that is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And this is out for the Xbox and the PC. Sorry, PlayStation, not until next year, either first quarter or second quarter. This looks fucking stellar.
Yeah. Looks like the early version is out on Friday and the actual version is on the free one for Game Pass is out on Monday.
Okay. Yes, yeah. So it's a questionable new release for this week, but if you paid for it, you got it this week. So but I'm excited for this.
Step between Raiders and Last Crusade. So in that time frame in the story,
Yep.
because remember that Temple is a prequel.
Temple's a prequel to the original, and yes, yeah.
I guess I'll play this. Of course, I'm going to play this.
Yeah.
This game's going to be awesome.
Definitely.
I've been looking forward to it. So,
What person of our age would not play this, or even within like a 20-year, gap of our ages? Like, This is what
My son will
everybody
probably play
wants.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he likes Indiana Jones. He'll probably play this, or he'll try it. I mean, he'll be able to because they'll have it for free.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure.
For
This is
free.
great. I
We
mean,
always have to.
it's well, I say for
qualify
free,
that.
quote for free, but
Yeah.
on Game Pass, which I have. So,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, it's been, it looks great. I don't know. It's been a long time since there's been an Indiana Jones game.
Or an Indiana Jones game that was good. Like
Yeah.
the last one I remember is Lego Indiana Jones. Yeah. Which was good.
Yeah, does that? I mean, I guess that counts. Yeah.
It's got to count. Like
Yeah.
half the characters that my kids know from Star Wars, they learn from Lego Star Wars. Like,
It's true, right?
and then you're watching a movie and like, oh, he can jump high. I'm like, no, not in the movies. He's a high jumper in the game, but not so much. Yes, yeah. So yeah, because they were little at the
That's
time,
funny.
but yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Any idea how long the storyline is going to take? I mean, how long are they expecting this game to be?
I
we
think they
looking
said that the campaign is like 295 hours.
Damn.
No idea.
No
That's
one knows.
really big.
Yeah, no one knows, but it's
No
not
one
going to be
knows.
long enough. So
No, I mean, if I had to guess, just throw out a guess, I would say 15 hours, 20 hours, maybe somewhere in there. That
I
sounds
would say
about right,
between
but
6 and 30. Like if you
somewhere in
think
that range.
But see, I guess because it doesn't have a multiplayer, like that's how Halo got away with the 6-hour campaigns. Well, until Infinite, because then you had infinite replayability from the multiplayer. But for a single player game, I guess, yeah, you do now need probably 10 to 20 something hours.
I mean,
Maybe.
I assume, let's say it has, I don't know, 10 levels. Figure each level's probably an hour and a half, maybe. And that's 15.
Well, how many
Oh.
hours was your Alan Wake?
2.
No, it was
Two.
probably about 12. I can't remember. I can't remember.
Okay, so
Something like 12 maybe.
12 is a reasonable amount for a single player game.
Yeah.
So we'll say
Guess we'll
between
see.
12 and 20. Yeah. And we're just
Yeah.
making shit up here.
Just
We have-
spitballing, yeah.
Yep, we have no fucking clue.
No idea. But by the time this comes out, some people may.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
they'll
true.
know.
Yeah. The Friday people will spoil it for the rest of the people if it's doable in a weekend. Yeah.
Just go to timetobeat.com or whatever it is and
Yeah, that's what I
Tell
was
you.
looking up on True Achievements to see if the achievement list or the time frame to take would be listed up on there. And it's not up there yet, so no
Yeah,
early
'cause
leaks.
I don't think that they can leak the press numbers until it's actually out. So
Yeah, I've seen the achievement list come out a little bit before the game hits though, but
yeah,
it's
sometimes.
yeah,
on some
sometimes
games,
they
but
release
not on this
those.
one.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right.
All right, well,
On that, why don't we hop on over into gaming news? And it's a slow gaming news week this week because, it's coming up on the holidays. It's the same reason why it's a slow new release week. So, but first story, Star Citizen funding passes $750 million. Now, for those of you that do not follow along well with the game industry, Star Citizen was basically vaporware that was crowdfunded by whales. People were there, like they would say, "Oh, there's going to be a unique ship in the game. If you want it, it's $40,000," and people would pay that, and it has now amounted to $750 million that they've taken in, and they basically have a playable beta and promises of what's coming in the future. And not even everybody that's paid is in the beta yet. Like it's a limited invite only. I'm sure if you bought $1 million ship, which I think that was the highest value ship that someone bought in the game. So let me just correct it. You can go buy like a Cessna for $1 million, or you can buy a fake video game ship that doesn't fly at all in reality for $1 million. But some people have. So
I mean, some people have more money than they know what to do with. So
I guess this just seems ludicrous to me. Maybe it's all the people that bought their $5 Bitcoins back in the day and then forgot about them, and then they were like, "Oh shit, I now have $250 million. Yeah, let me spend that."
true.
Yeah. So yeah, I have no interest in this, but I just found that absurd that it's reached $750 million of crowdfunding. I can't think of anything else that's been crowdfunded that has taken in that amount of money. It's nuts.
No.
So.
Yeah, it just seems like a scam. Like
Yes, yeah.
somebody's laundering some money somewhere with that. So.
I mean, how long has it been?
Like 10 or 12 years it's been in the pipeline,
Yeah.
and it's still not out. And
It's one of those
people
ones you
keep
just hear the
throwing
name
more
of.
money at it. Yeah.
Yeah, you just hear the name of it randomly. You're like, oh yeah, that I remember that's a thing, and then you don't hear about it for another couple of years, and like, then somebody mentions it. Oh yeah, people love that thing. Oh really? Is it out? No.
No, not out.
No.
But people love throwing money at that thing. That's what they love. Yes. They're like, the more money I throw, the faster it'll come out. And it's like, if you read about the lofty goals of this, it's like, take Destiny and mix it with Halo and Wing Commander and you name it, and it's just the way they describe the game is some game you could never make if you had thousands of developers working for 100 years on it. And that is what they've sold people, and that's why people are throwing this money there. So
Is there,
Like, oh, you want this? Yeah, that's in there.
yeah.
No matter what it is.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Doesn't matter.
They're yes men. Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
Oh,
is there really any other entertainment industry that operates like this? Like, could you imagine like George R.R. Martin got hundreds of millions of dollars thrown at him to write the next book, but he just keeps delaying it? Or like a movie, like Kevin Smith is developing a movie, but he just keeps taking funding for years and years and years and never produces anything.
Yeah.
Like, is there anybody else out there doing
no.
like why are people in the video game world do this sort of shit?
No, this is unique to video games. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean,
Now,
I've definitely backed Kickstarters that didn't come out,
No.
but that was about the closest thing. And it's not like they keep taking money. They take the money once. They try to make the thing and it doesn't work and they can't put it out and whatever. But
Yeah,
they don't just like keep collecting money.
No, like I told you, like I'm probably 95% on my Kickstarted things coming out.
Yeah.
I'm probably out $400 or $500 on the ones that didn't. But for the things that did, I fucking love them. But this is definitely unique where you're like, we need your money, buy into this now. And then people buy in and they get their virtual stuff that doesn't exist yet. And they're like, oh, but we changed our goals. We want to do this new lofty thing. So we're going to need some more money. So we can upgrade your ship to have, bat dick accelerators. And you're like, I don't even know what a bat dick accelerator is, but I probably need that on my ship. And they're like, oh, it's only 700,000. And you're like, oh, okay, that seems reasonable.
Here's my
Like-
money.
Yeah. Now I'm just curious to see whatever becomes of Star Citizen. So
It'll just keep on. We'll be like 80 and it'll still be out there like it's coming out next year.
oh, it's almost here. We
Almost have a trailer.
almost have the gold master. Yeah.
It's we're raising more money for the implants in your brain for the screen in your.
By the time
You can
it comes out, it'll be historical fiction rather than science fiction.
Nice. All right, next story.
Microsoft is taking away your Xbox avatar editor. This came out about a few days ago. But it looks like Xbox has decided to scrap one of the iconic Xbox dashboard items where you could create your avatar and outfit him with different outfits and different equipment like skateboards or surfboards or race cars or RC cars and stuff like that. They are going to refund you any kind of money that you might have spent since November of 2023. But honestly, I haven't touched my avatar probably in 10 years before that. So I'm not getting anything from it, but it does have a window that you can still go into the editor on the web that if you want to grab that last picture of your avatar doing some crazy dance or something like that, you can go ahead and do that. But I think they finally figured out that it's just not producing any more money and it's time to get rid of it. So
Well, the problem is, I mean, they're still leaving the Xbox 360 ones because they're not touching that stuff, so it's still there for that. But the problem is the 360 one was a response to the Me on the Wii,
Yes.
and that was
Direct response.
2000. That was 2007 or 8 when the Wii came out in 06. So it's like 7 or 8 is when they started the avatars in 360. People liked them. They put them in games. You could see them on the dash, on the NXE dash. You could just see them there. They're doing stuff. Your friends are doing stuff. You can see the stuff. Then they put out the Xbox One and they did the new avatar thing, so it looked cooler, but they were nowhere. You couldn't see them anywhere. You could do them for a gamer pick. They weren't in any games.
And
I don't know where you could see them.
They weren't like in the party screen where you could see them.
No.
Or they weren't in your Netflix where they walked into the theater and watched it. And
there was nothing. So there was no use for them. And then they just kind of carried it over to the Xbox Series S because it's back S and X because they're backwards compatible. But I mean, I agree. It's kind of pointless to have them. So if they're removing them, it's not really going to make a difference. It's just weird that they did them and they didn't do anything with them.
It was fun when they first came out because it was like an achievement. Like you could get those outfits, you could get the shirt, or you could get like the avatar item, like from a game. If you completed certain things and you got certain achievements, it would unlock the avatar item. But they just kind of got rid of that. I mean, and they didn't support that going forward, which was a shame. So I think that could have kept it alive a little bit longer. But
I mean, they're not even like avatars anymore. They're just, at least how they were. They're just, make something that looks like yourself, and so you can have it as like a gamer pick. Well, people just use gamer picks as use other things for gamer picks now anyway. So I think you can upload your own images now too. So
for the last 10 years, I've been
since the Kinect came out.
Yes,
well, but because they were not letting you do it on the Xbox Series.
No, you had to do it on the
Xbox
PC and make it your thing, and then
or whatever.
It worked on the console.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine because they don't use them for anything, so there's no point in having them. But it is sort of like, well, then why not just leave it? But I guess maybe they want to do something that with the system that they're gonna have to remove it, otherwise it's gonna interfere with it. I don't really know, but
I just thought it was a weird flex that they said, okay, we're going to refund you any purchase that you made since 2023. But like, how many people have actually bought anything for their avatar since 2023?
I'm sure it's within the last year, so it's November. So November of last year. That's one calendar year.
Yeah.
If you bought things before then, well, you're out of luck. So because you got to use it for more than a year. So
I've had my Patriots jerseys. I've had all kinds of sports stuff. Like even at PAX East 2010, we were giving away cards that we were given by Microsoft that had the PAX East sweatshirts for men and women.
I got one of those from you.
Sure.
Back in the day.
Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, that's on the old avatars on 360, and you can still
yeah.
use those. You just can't use the new ones, which didn't really ever do anything anyway. Like I have one. I know it's there because I did it so I could take my gamer pick, but that's the only time I've ever used that thing.
Yeah.
Since
now, they made it too complex too. It wasn't just like put on a shirt and pick your pose. It was like change your eyebrow location. Like it wasn't like you had 10 choices of eyebrows. Like you could literally spend a day moving your eyebrows independently. Like who has time for that shit?
And in the end, it's only for your avatar pick, really.
Yes, yeah,
that's it.
Exactly.
Your gamer pick. So
bring back
those avatar games were fun when they put those out for like what was it, Dorito Dash or something like that, or
Uno had the avatars.
Taco Bell, something.
Oh,
Yeah.
They had the one where you could build a village, you could pick up things and move it around with your avatar
Oh,
guy walking around the
Kelflings,
map.
the Kelflings one.
Yeah, the
Kingdom
Yeah.
Keflings. Yep. Yeah.
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 I mean, they had fun with it for a while, but it's been in the closet behind a bunch of dusty weeds for a
It's
while. So
it's one of those things that, and they're gonna do it again next time, I'm sure. Because if they go to, so it seems like Nintendo does something, then the next gen, Sony and Xbox copy
Yep.
what Nintendo did.
Yep.
And so that's what they did with the avatars, with the Mii's, but then they just kept it up because they're like, well, people already have these, so I guess we have to keep them in the next
And
one.
we sold them shit. That
And we sold them
yeah.
shit, so
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we want to sell them new shit for these new ones, so I guess
Yeah.
it's not a big deal. Let's just keep them. They're gonna do the same thing with next gen. I feel like Xbox or Phil has already said, well, we do a portable Xbox if we could, which is like doing a Switch, I
Mhm.
think. And the Sony's done the whole the portable PS screen thing, like the
Yes,
Portal
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And now they're recently saying, oh, now you can use it outside of your home. So it's sort of like it's streaming to that. That's sort of like having a Switch. I really feel like Nintendo is like leading and they're following. They're making more money than Nintendo, but Nintendo is really innovating. They're sort of just going, oh, look, let's look at what Nintendo did. Let's do
Well,
that next gen.
oh,
So,
that's what happened with the Kinect. They were like, "Oh, Nintendo has
yes,
motion. We'll do motion better," and they
exactly.
did.
Exactly. And the glowy thing, the PlayStation glowy
Oh,
sticks
yes.
things.
For the,
Yes.
yeah,
Whatever those are. The move? Is it
the
the move?
balls
or orb controller.
orbs.
Orb?
I
Yeah.
think, yeah. So,
Anyway.
all right, next story.
Nintendo subpoenas Google, Discord, Reddit, and more, an ongoing Switch pirate crackdown. Firm is particularly targeting Switch Pirate subreddit, which has over 190,000 members.
Are you
So
on
yeah,
this
they're
Reddit?
just. I am not. I don't do Switch. I don't do Switch stuff like that. No. Switch I can still buy stuff for legally, so I do. Someday when it goes down and Switch 2 goes down and I won't ever and you can't buy anything for them anymore, we'll see. But until then, no. But yeah, I mean they're going after people who are trading ROMs and doing all sorts of stuff. You know, I just says the purpose of yeah, they're just going after infringement claims like they've been doing on
Yeah.
all sorts of sites. I mean, they've been doing this on like Vim.net, which is like hosting ROMs from like 30, 40 years ago, which is just dumb in my opinion. But this I can see this is I mean this makes sense and I agree that people shouldn't be doing that with the Switch stuff. So they're just going after all the places again.
Yep. They're
I know
very
you guys don't.
litigious. Yeah.
They really are, but you have to wonder like why now? What is I guess because that subreddit has a lot of people, but it just makes me wonder if it has something to do with the Switch
Switch
2 and
2.
how that's going to operate and if they're worried about people hacking that, so they're getting out ahead of it. And if somebody hacks it, they could go to jail, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's
So,
very possible. Yeah.
yeah.
Especially if
Yeah,
they
so we'll
kept
see.
similar architecture. Yeah.
Yeah, because they've already said that it will be backwards compatible. That came out as a news item recently, which is great. A lot of people were breathing a sigh of relief for that because that means
Oh
you can
yeah,
actually
that
use
was
your old
me. I was
library.
like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, your 3 games that you have
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
your 3 Switches or 2 Switches.
Only 2
Sorry.
switches. Yeah.
Only two. Only two. Yeah, so that'll be good for the separate topic, but yeah, I'm excited for that. So I think that's probably why they're doing it, just because they're switching over to a new system, and I don't know, because it's weird that they wouldn't have done that until
Like
now.
years ago. Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's been
As this
probably
community
8
was building
years.
up. Yeah.
It'll
They're
be
like,
8 years in March or something.
yeah, these guys are hacking our ROMs. Let's wait. We'll let them see how they do. See
Yeah.
how it grows. Yeah.
There seems to be a trend with Nintendo and their law team. They've really been getting aggressive in their takedowns and like their attacks on Pal World and other Pokemon type of
Yeah.
games, stuff like that. Now they're going after the pirates and stuff like. It's like their law teams have finally got a little fire under their ass to,
Or they just hired a legal team. One or
yeah,
the other.
maybe that's what they did.
They're
Yeah,
like,
maybe they
oh
finally
shit, you
hired
know
a
what we
legal team.
forgot was a legal team.
It's like, oh,
Looks like they're going after all like Google, Cloudflare, Discord, GitHub, and Reddit to try to basically give the people up, like identify them. I'm assuming by IP or something.
Yeah.
To give them up, which I don't know how legal that is. Just, but I mean, I guess that's how you get. I guess it's legal. I mean, they're doing illegal things, so I'm assuming it's legal to do that. But
sometimes people send you a legal thing, and you're like, oh shit. Just like we did with R. Lee Ermey when some blog post on Tool to Play said he was dead. And then R. Lee Ermey's legal team got in touch with Jay and I, and we had a conference call with them, and then we had to release that news story that said he wasn't dead, and then this and that. You don't remember this at all?
I don't know
Ryan?
who this is. Who's Arlie Irving?
He's the guy from Full Metal Jacket, the drill sergeant.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but you said he was. Why did you say he was dead?
No, somebody made a blog post on Tool to Play saying he was dead. And that
Okay.
was
and it
enough
went viral or something? Like, why would they care?
Yeah, I don't know, but we had to talk to the whole
Wow.
legal team and change our boilerplate for what we're responsible for and what we're not, and had to release an apology story and everything else. So yeah.
Jeez, I did not remember that. Okay.
All right.
Next story.
Next story. Let's see. Riot expands terms of service to cover off-platform conduct and behavior. So, this is obviously League of Legends. There's in-game conduct stuff that's there now. And what they've changed their terms of service to is if you have a Twitch channel or a YouTube channel and you're a bigot or just a general asshole, or you're saying racial, homophobic, hateful, hurtful shit, that can get you banned from the game. Now, how many normal people that they can link their social media to their Riot profile? Probably just that narrow amount of influencers and big name people in the game. But obviously this got kicked off for a reason, and I feel like it's good on them. So,
well, would this encapsulate the cosplayers and stuff like that? Because like the League of Legends has got a huge cosplay following, and like at the conventions, like are they looking to squash some of the cosplayers that maybe not appropriate? Like
maybe. I do not know.
It's interesting that they're taking it outside of the platform itself, and how far they're going to take it outside the platform, because now you're really teetering on like Second Amendment rights and things like that. That who knows?
But you can technically ban anyone from anything for no reason.
Your property. If it's your intellectual property, yes. Right?
Yep.
So
yep.
Yeah, or no reason.
Or no reason at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next story.
All right, let's go right over to Fortnite. Just broke another record. Fortnite and their year-long concert series that they've been doing in their games. Apparently, they have now set another record with their latest end of the season. I guess Chapter 6, Season 1 just closed. The book on Chapter 2 is opening or something like that. I guess I should really read the story beforehand. But apparently they had 14 million concurrent players joined into the live show within the Fortnite game, bringing the concurrent record up to 14 million for Fortnite. But not just that. I guess the real record that they broke was that 3 million estimated people streamed the concert outside of Fortnite as well at the same time. So you're talking exponentially more people watched this than the 14 million that were in the game itself. So That's pretty damn
Um,
impressive. I'm like, what did Farm Aid bring in back in the day or whatever that was? I'm like, it was nowhere
It's
close
Live
to that
Aid,
many people, right? That watched it.
Live Aid, Farm Aid,
Live
any of
Aid,
the
yeah,
aids. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Who would have thought,
That's
man?
crazy.
Who would have thought that Fortnite would be still this huge after this many years and
Nobody.
still
Right.
pumping out records?
Yeah.
I
I hate
remember when it came
Fortnite.
out. It was a
When it,
tower defense, and I didn't play
yeah.
those,
Yep.
and
They,
it
Before
almost
they,
died, and then they changed it.
yeah, they estimate nearly 28 million unique player people watched that concert. 28
it's
million
crazy.
people.
It's crazy.
Man.
Yep. Not for me though.
Nope, I didn't watch it.
Uh,
Uh,
um, all right.
That's crazy.
Next,
Next.
last story.
So this one is for you, Derek. Star Wars Outlaws just fixed those maddening stealth missions. So looks like they fixed one of the most glaring problems in Star Wars Outlaws, where you automatically fail if you get spotted while you're stealthing. And there's a lot of stealth missions. I haven't played it yet, but I don't have you played it or you just heard about stealth missions? You
As
didn't
soon as
like
I
I
it.
heard stealth missions, I was out.
That's what it was.
I
So I know
played
that
it and
you don't
I
like this.
stopped on one of the stealth missions because I was tired of
Okay.
it. So
Yeah,
it,
so now
it's
you go ahead.
I was gonna say it's just it seems like we've talked about them doing this like the last 2 months. Like they keep saying they're gonna do it, keep saying they're gonna do it. Oh, they did it. Now it's did they do it? I'm like, it's like, is it too
Yeah.
late for them to save the game because it's taking them so long to get this patch out?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It says a new patch lets the game continue even after being caught, so players can try to shoot their way out of situations. So if you're good
That's
at
what I like to
combat,
do when I get caught. Is shoot
yeah,
my
yeah.
way out.
Sounds like a Han Solo way to go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, everybody that has completed the game that I've heard about on podcasts and other things, so they liked the game a lot. It did have its downfalls, and I think the stealth things were part of it. But it sounds like that was a big issue, and if that's fixed, people might give it a chance. I think people are just a little bit on Star Wars overload there for a little bit because it seems like or the Jedi game that came out was kind of recent, and then there's just Star Wars everywhere, and there was a lot going on. So I don't know, people just kind of forgot about this game. But maybe it'll resurge. Who knows? It's possible.
I do
I'll
want to
play it.
go to it at some point. So yeah.
Yeah. It's not one of those backlog games. Well, the other thing is a lot of games that I've been playing are on Game Pass already on them from sales and stuff. And this was not on Game Pass. So
No.
it's not EA plays. It's EA, right? It's All Star Wars is EA,
Yeah,
I
I think
think.
so. Yep, yep.
So eventually this may be on EA Play and Ultimate, so that would be great. I hated it when I bought the new Star Wars Jedi game and then it went on EA like 2 months after that and I hadn't played it yet. It's like, damn it. So maybe I'll just wait.
Yeah, just wait and
Until it
see if it ever
shows up on
drops.
EA Play. Yeah, yeah. Might as
Yeah.
well.
Which won't help its sales at all, but that's not my job. My job isn't to
You are not
keep
in
you
their
places
marketing
afloat.
department. No,
No,
no, no.
I'm consuming what I can consume.
No, but it could spike a resurgence if it went up on like a Game Pass or EA at that point. It could revitalize it, saying
Yeah.
that, oh crap, I wanted to get this, but then I didn't because of all the bad press, and now it's up on. So if I download it and play it for a minute, EA is going to get the money for it. So
And now it doesn't blow. Yeah.
now it doesn't blow. Like I would love to see like Cyberpunk hit like EA Game Pass or not EA, but Game Pass at this point because it's well into its life cycle. It'd be nice to see that pop up on Game Pass, but I don't think it will.
Like the
They
DLC or the
just
main
sold the
game?
DLC and millions of people bought into that. The Liberty, Phantom Liberty.
Speaking of Phantom Liberty, all the Black Friday sales, it's on my wish list, so it keeps coming up. Every time it's on sale, it's $30. Every time it's on sale, it's down to like, I don't know, 25. I'm like, really? You need to like really deep sell that one. I think it's been out a year now. But it came out like last September. It's like, come on. Let's get a bigger sale on this thing. It's DLC. I mean, it's sort of DLC. It's a separate game, but
They're already giving
I
you
don't know.
1/6 off the cost. Like, you have to look at it that way.
It's never enough off of that thing, though. It just seems like it's still too expensive for being out this long, in my opinion.
Fair enough.
But anyway.
All right. Well, that wraps up gaming news. If you have stories you want us to talk about next week, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. You can also comment on this episode's thread in the Tool to Play homepage. And sponsors. Oh, I thought you guys were just going to start saying shit again. McDonald's, Burger King. Yeah, we don't technically have any
Wendy's.
sponsors. But if someone that saw something on our show today was like, I like the cut of their jib, I would like to advertise on their show. Well, if you're that person, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Twitter us up. You can find everything Tool to Play related, twitter.com/tool-to-play. Everything podcast related is at twitter.com/still_got_game. Facebook the fuck out of us, facebook.com/tool-to-play. We also have a YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/tool-to-play. That is your ultimate on-demand library for Tool to Play content. Whether it's this show, whether it's Hits Quick Hits, whether it's Tiff's immature interviews, whether it's Thick and Thin with LB and Duty. Selden had a show once that's on there too, every episode. And Selden was like a Ridley Scott. He was like, no, that's not where the camera goes. I'm going to show you how to frame a shot. And Selden, to this day, that show, it made... DPs were so impressed with what you did. That's directors of photography, not double penetration. Those DPs were so impressed with what Selden did that now they mimic it in movies all of the time. So, go there, youtube.com/tool-to-play, subscribe, and start digging into our content. And if someone digs into different shows and you have something to say about it, let us know.
Speaking of DP, my town is
that's never how you start a sentence.
My town is initials are DP, and so there's this people have shirts that say "I heart DP," and it's as a joke, sort of. But
nice.
Yeah,
nice. All right,
sorry.
Please rate me the podcast on iTunes or Android shit or iHeartRadio or whatever. If they give you a chance to give us stars, give us 5, give us 10, whatever the max is. If they let you write a little review, write a little review. Like, hey, Selden looks super intelligent with his glasses on or something like that. So yeah, just give us the maximum amount of stars or hearts or whatever and write something nice. We have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/still_got_game. That's twitch.tv/still_got_game. One of the places we broadcast live each and every week. So definitely go there and do that. We do not have a Blue Sky account yet, but I'm going to be setting that up shortly. We do have a Discord channel, though. That's discord.me/stillgotgame. That's discord.me/all lowercase stillgotgame. You can go in there. You can talk to all of the hosts of the show anytime you want. Selden is there. I'm pretty sure he sleeps maybe 2 hours a day, but it's right after dinner when he does. Inside joke. But he's there most of the day. Shadow's there most of the day. I
don't always sleep, but what I do, it's 2 hours after dinner.
We'll slept through the show today, folks. All slept through the show.
But
gotta get my nap.
He's the most interesting man in the world.
So that's discord.me/stillgotgame. We like to pimp some of our own stuff each week. Selden, do you have something you want to pimp?
No, you can check out all my socials at linktree/Selden or linktr.ee/Selden007. You can find all my socials there. My Instagram, my Facebooks, don't have a Blue Sky yet. Not sure that platform going to last. Is it going to kick off and go? Like,
I
It's getting
think
pretty big
so.
now.
Yeah.
It's people are
It's growing.
abandoning X for that, so we'll see.
yeah. Well, there's a lot of other platforms that have come out, and everybody
Yeah,
ends
that's
up
true.
back on X at some point because that's
Mastodon. Yeah.
Yeah, I have that.
so. I don't know how much time I want to invest into Blue Sky yet, but we'll see where it goes. So we'll see.
Well, it's
Fair
But
enough.
other than that, no. I mean, that's pretty much all I got. I don't got anything else yet. This time, maybe by next show, I'll have something for the month of December. But how about you, Shadow? What do you got going on?
Yeah, I'm the same. I've been too busy doing family stuff to even think about anything else other than that. So, but all my stuff currently, except for my Blue Sky, which I didn't put on there yet. Maybe it is on there. Can't remember. Is at Linktree, linktr.ee/Brian, BRIANSEMERICK. So yeah, check out my stuff there if you'd like. That's all my socials and all the things that I like to pimp charity wise for now. But Derek, anything special this month?
I would say just this month, like, think of the people that are less fortunate than you, and if you have like a coat drive or a toy drive or any of those things, give to people over this holiday season. Um, I don't have any specific one to point out, but every town has a coat drive. Every town has a Toys for Tots. Every town has all of these things. So just, you're at the store, you're buying some shit for your kids, buy an extra thing. Buy an extra pair of Meta Ray-Ban glasses and drop it in the box. Or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Buy an extra Asus ROG Ally, drop it in there. Just help out the kids. And I jest, but in all seriousness, yeah, it doesn't take a lot to make someone happy that's not getting shit for this holiday season. So, or someone that's fucking cold. They just want a coat, something warm, some gloves, some hat. So yeah, definitely go out there and do that. Otherwise, my shit is at linktree/Derek Nolan. That's linktr.ee/Derek Nolan. That has all of my shit, all the show's shit, anything you want to find, and eventually our Blue Skies will be on there too. So before we wrap up, I want to remind you can join us each and every, sometimes Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific at youtube.com/tool2play, facebook.com/tool2play, twitch.tv/still_got_game, and kick.com/stillgotgame. And on that, why don't we wrap this 100% episodes in December episode up? I am Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
And I'm Brian Shadow Emmerich.
Yep. Maybe we'll be back next week.
Or not.